Hello, and welcome to this training on AI on the Edge for security, medical, and industrial use cases. Today, we'll be hearing from Michael Duhamel from SECO, who will explore how to simplify development of an end application and maximize its performance in safety-critical environments, while also reducing development costs and time to market. Let's get started. Michael, take it away.
Hi, my name is Michael Duhamel, and I'm the Vice President of Sales for SECO USA, and I'm based outside of Boston, and our U.S. headquarters is based out of Rockville, Maryland. And just a real quick blurb about SECO, we've been in the embedded space for about 40 years, serving customers in Europe, and during that 40 years, we achieved a level of success that our investors a couple years ago wanted us to replicate that success here in the U.S., So we acquired another very well-established company in Inhan, and they're based in Rockville, Maryland, and we're positioned to really to grow significantly over the coming years. This team in Rockville also, in addition to having an embedded expertise, they are getting up to speed quickly on our Edgehog IoT platform and our Astarte AI platform. Now what we're trying to do as a company is we are trying to go from being just an embedded supplier to being a supplier that can provide point-to-point solutions, and a supplier that can provide artificial intelligence decisions right out on the edge. So the services that we can provide to our customers going well beyond the embedded solutions we had been providing. In addition to having the acquired Inhan over the past year and building up our presence in the U.S., we're also planning an IPO over the next couple of months, and again, that will help us to further accelerate our growth and make the investments we need in artificial intelligence and IoT. You know, SECO, over the last 40 years, we've developed a very broad, diverse portfolio of embedded computing, and those computers can range from SOMs to single-board computers to carrier board, and our business model is to use those as the basis for our new customers to evaluate our products, and then once they've completed that evaluation and they start going into production, our business model is that we will modify those to meet the customer-specific use case requirements. So that's an overall view of how we develop our products and how we tailor them for customer applications. But what we're looking at now is just one of our many products, and this is one of our newer ones. It's the SMC93, where SM is SMARC. That's the form factor that this product is based on. And it's the C93, which is based upon the Intel Atom's X6000E series and the Intel Pentium and Intel Celeron N and J series, formerly known as Elkhart Lake or the EHL, and for FuSa applications. You notice these are all power optimal Intel processors. We have other form factors that can accommodate higher performance Intel processors, but those higher end processors are not optimal for this lower profile, lower power form factor such as SMARC. So just an overview of this product, and the reason why we're bringing this up, the reason why we're just starting with the hardware is because this is just one example of the hardware platforms that SECO is tightly integrating its Edgehog IoT and its Astarte AI platforms onto these products. And so this is just, we're starting with the hardware, and then we'll talk more and more about what we're doing on the IoT and the AI space. This is, like I mentioned, the SMARC based upon the X600E series. You can see that it has a very rich I/O in terms of the Ethernet and USB and high speed, and also the Generation 11 UHD graphics controller capability, which is 3 independent displays, and also that we use LPDDR4 soldered down memory. So just a kind of an overview of this product. This just gives you a matrix of the different Intel SKUs that we support on this product, again ranging from the different X6000E versions up to the Pentium and the Celeron processor versions. And again, you can see that the TDP for all of these SKUs are relatively low as compared to some of the higher end Intel performance processors. I just want to spend a minute. So we talked about SMARC, and I didn't mention this, but during the last 40 years, SECO established itself as a major contributor in the embedded space because it made a lot of investment in helping to define some of the computer standards that evolved over the years. And you know, we were initially involved in helping to define the Q7 standards, and now we're playing a similar active role with the SMARC standards. And the reason SMARC is so optimal for some of the use cases is its extreme low power design, low profile design, dedicated battery management signals, up to 4 display interfaces, the dual Ethernet, and also the very compact design of the design itself. There is a couple of things that SECO provides on a consultatory level. As I mentioned, we do all of our own internal environmental testing. We share that with our partners. But we're also, especially here in the U.S., we're willing to expand our role to include certification and final product certification compliance. And when I mentioned that, SMARC is more of a lower end, lower profile, lower power form factor, better suited for some of the lower end x86 Intel processors, we do have other form factors such as the newer high performance COM module, a Type A COM module that we just came out with, that is based upon the COM Express and is much better at accommodating the higher i3, i5, and i7 and later generations of high-performance x86 computers. So I just wanted to mention that we focus on that one product, but that's just one small part of our overall product portfolio. So some of the selling features we've already kind of touched upon them. Some of this product. Well, first, we are targeting this product for medical and for industrial applications, and in some cases military here in the U.S. The FuSa interface signals with the IEC 61508 and the ISO 13849, that's critical that we design our products to be compatible with that so that pre-certified components can handle the very most demanding security applications. So that's a very important aspect that we do design our products to support this capability. And then down the lower left, you'll see the various amounts of different video display interfaces we have, the SPI bus, I2C bus. So yeah, it just kind of goes into more detail as the extended capabilities. Now, one of the things I would mention about this is, so we have the feature, we have this product, we have all this capability, but we also, SECO does its own manufacturing, so we also have complete ownership of this product. We have complete ownership of its development, its entire beginning to end in the product life. Any issues that come up, we do all of our own internal environmental testing, and we share all that with our customers. So we're very much a partner play with our customers. And in addition to that, a SOM module, in case you don't know, requires a carrier board, and most of our customers will design that carrier board on their own. But they'll look to SECO to help leverage our cycles of learning in this space. And we'll give them advice, we'll do design reviews for them, we'll share parts of our carrier board schematics with them so they can just drop it down on their design and accelerate time to market. So that's the consultatory side of SECO and what we bring our customers. And here are a few use cases: the medical imaging and video portable medical equipment, and the clinical workstation, and on the right, robotics, industrial automation and control, and HMIs. And again, this just gives you a snapshot of some of the use cases that we're targeting. When I talk about the consulting services, there's two other areas I'd like to mention. In addition to having an IoT platform, Edgehog, and Astarte on the IAA side, we also have teams back in Italy that are dedicated to providing consulting services on optimizing these two platforms for customers' needs. So we do have teams that are dedicated to providing those services also. So again, going just beyond being an embedded supplier. SECO also takes a lot of steps with both on the hardware and the software on security, like the TPM on the hardware side. We have that capability. We provide that with some of our products. But we also provide security levels in our lower level BIOS software, like change confirmation and authentication. We work closely with companies like Wind River to help integrate some of their security layers. So the security stuff that we're also working on. Intel is very much focused and committed to the distribution of its OpenVINO, and something that SECO is also very much committed to that. And if you look at just over the past several months, how has SECO been leveraging the Intel distribution of its OpenVINO to enable SECO's AI solution? And one of the things we've been doing is we use the OpenVINO framework for the image recognition application and CLIA for the edge to cloud communications. We haven't yet used the other parts of the Intel software stack, like the Intel Edge Software Hub, but we are looking for those opportunities. Also, the SECO R&D team has spent significant time getting trained by Intel in Italy. As a result of that collaboration, we developed a concept that would enable security camera use cases. Not only did we get trained, but we actually sounds like we came up with some pretty interesting use cases that could evolve from that. And lastly, SECO is introducing OpenVINO to the University of Siena and to several customers who are using their cameras in industrial use cases. Once we get these partners familiarized with the OpenVINO, our customers, the business model is that our customers typically take on the development of their final application for their specific market segment, and then they'll roll that work back into our Astarte and our Edgehog platforms. Well, thanks for your attention and for your time, and would like to segue into a Q&A session, and so please don't hesitate to let me know if you have any questions.